So as all of us are still reeling from the news that the readout was canceled with our good sis Joy Reid, and I hope she knows that, sis, wherever you go, we going. Whatever you do, we there to support. Because baby, let me tell you something. Y'all not gonna act like that lady did not strap that whole network on her back and do what she did to make them numbers. And you're not going to tell me that the fact of, just like every other network, because let's not forget UPN and with the frog and how it changed, and the CW network and all those other things. Or let's talk about how Fox Network, what it used to be. It was on the backs of black women, on the backs of black people, that these things are able to be successful. And I hope that she's able to do what Dawn is doing, which is being free. Because baby, y'all have heard me say this before. I love me some free Dawn Lemon, okay? Dawn be out here so unapologetically just doing the things, and I love it. I love this for him. Like, and we're able to get the news in the way that it needs to be done, with his personality to be able to shine through. So baby, I hope that Miss Joy is able to do what she can do. And because she's got the fan base. She's absolutely got the fan base. But we knew when Rashida stepped down that it was about to be some bullshit. And I told y'all, especially with us content creators and whatnot, how they are absolutely trying to introduce legislation so that they can come after the press, come after content creators too. Steve Bannon has already put that out there. And then with these FBI directors and the deputy directors, yeah, y'all, it's about to get live out here. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, all that stuff is getting. And it's so funny how you have people out here who are like big bravo, machismo folks or whatever, but y'all afraid when somebody talks about you and says what needs to be said. But with this whole thing that her staff found out the same time that we found out, so yes, when the shit hit the fan, that's when they were finding out that they were unemployed. And they're like, oh, it's the press, you can't, you can't help with leaks and all the other things. But of course, Rebecca Cutler's trying to say, it's not politically motivated. It's not. Don has, and that Wiggly, been after that lady for months, for weeks, for years. He has never liked Joy. He has never, because she gives it to him straight. She doesn't, it's on facts. And y'all are mad that the facts are lining up in the way that they do. If you didn't like it, do better. Like, everybody has freedom of choice. But to say that they are maintaining the progressive roots and saying that it's, their viewership is up. Yeah, it's up 77%, because why? People were there for Joy. And because she was bringing the facts. Now, all the folks that support them other people, they probably gonna jump in, but it's gonna be just like Target. And if Target was not a true indication of what's to come, we don't know what else. It's like so many of y'all have to learn what else, or the value that black women bring, or the fact that inherently we make things better. I mean, again, black girl magic. However, it's so interesting because, a lot of us knew when Rashida stepped down and there was just like really no talk about, what happened, anything, what's next, all the other stuff. We knew what it was. And I don't care what nobody say. It's because she would not do what Rebecca did. And I feel like she had morals. And now that, of course, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's okay because we put more black people on there, because now we have, Michael, and we have Simone and the other little lady with the senator dad, whatever. That's supposed to be better. No, it's not. And those three right there should absolutely take a page out of what's your boy DC Young Fly, when they tried to replace him in the space of Nick Cannon, and he was like, nah, that dude has done way too much for me. The fact that Joy has really opened up the way for a lot of other content creators, a lot of other journalists, a lot of other people to just do what they do. You could, but that's okay, because they're going to do them the same way that they did her. Like I said, they try to make that person a little bit more, the next person a little bit more palatable, until they just go ahead and wash it. Now, I mean, you can say whatever, and like I said, Rebecca can say that it wasn't politically motivated, but again, we knew that Don and that Wiglet had been after Joy for years, because he just could not stand the fact that she was out here, reporting the truth. Here's the thing, we're in a freedom of choice, so if you don't want the truth reported, then let's do better with, our actions, our choices, and all the things. And it was so interesting to me that, the CEO, Mark Lazarus, was just like, of Spinco, he was like, it became clear to him that, Rebecca has the big picture of, strategic view and the right leadership skills to ensure that MSNBC, delivers on brand, the promises position for growth. Now, here's the thing. We're not going to take away that Rebecca's not talented, because she's absolutely a talented producer. However, you're not going to tell me that this was not to save her own ass. I'm sorry. And the fact that Medi is, we're not going to forget all the people that went before Joy. This shit is not new. And it's always when it's the person who's outspoken to really put the facts out there is when their time limit is, But again, all these people is like, oh, we're big and bad and we're going to do all these other things, but you're afraid of someone speaking the truth. You're not as tough as you say you are.